Glad you made it back, everybody, here at the Chris Salcedo Show. You know, many conservatives pretty outraged that Congress's 45-day continuing resolution failed to provide funds to stop the illegal immigration crisis ushered in by Joe Biden's regime and fully and unnecessarily funded by 18 Senate Republicans. This says rampant, record-breaking illegal immigration wrecks American communities as far to the north as New York City. And the Biden regime is sneakily making way for even more lawlessness. Let's dive in with our panel. Chad Wolf, former acting Department of Homeland Security Secretary and Executive Director of the America First Policy Institute's Center for Homeland Security and Immigration, and Brandon Judd, President of the National Border Patrol Council. Welcome to you both. Brandon, you first. As you know, the last omnibus passed by Republicans and Democrats prohibited any money be used to stop illegal immigration. Taxpayers' money could only be used to process more illegal aliens into the country. How devastating is it that policy hasn't been reversed?
Well, it's extremely devastating when you look at the number of people that are crossing our border and the magnet that allows them to come across. Anytime that we release people into the United States, that sends the message around the world that our borders are open, you can violate our laws, and you can be released into the United States. And as long as we do that, people are going to continue to come. But not only are they going to continue to come, but we're going to enrich cartels. Cartels work off of our policies. If the cartels know that they're going to get people released into the United States, they're going to be able to advertise their services around the world. And when they advertise those services, that's when they get more people. We're not just dealing with people from Venezuela, Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala. We're dealing with people from around the world, from African nations, from Eastern European nations, everywhere, from China. We're dealing with people from around the world, and that's not what we've typically seen in the past.
From terrorist nations as well. And Mr. Secretary, New York Governor Kathy Hochul is abandoning the Democrats' party's support for massive and uncontrolled illegal immigration. Here she is on CBS.
Want them to have a limit on who can come across the border. It is too open right now. People coming from all over the world are finding their way through, simply saying they need asylum, and the majority of them seem to be ending up in the streets of New York, and that is a real problem for New York City.
Yeah, and they don't qualify for asylum either, the vast majority of them. You know, Democrats, Mr. Secretary, have been vocal supporters of massive illegal immigration for years. They loved it as long as it didn't harm their communities, only the border state communities. Now that Joe Biden has made illegal immigration a 50-state problem, is there any excuse other than promotion of continued harm for our people that a majority in the Congress shouldn't come together and just put a stop to all this?
No, I don't think that there's any excuse. And what I would say to Governor Hochul is welcome to the fight. Now, she may be a little over 2.5 years late to it, but she's come to the right answer, which is this is uncontrollable. We've never experienced anything like this, and this is the fault of the federal government, in this case, the Biden administration. And so I think what it tells you is it's not just a Republican issue, but for cities and states that are actually experiencing this firsthand, like New York City and the state of New York, they are coming to the same conclusion that we have all been saying on the right and on the conservative side now for 2.5 years, that this can't go on like it is. It is destroying our country. It's destroying the Border Patrol. And the list goes on and on of the consequences. So I think the governor is just the latest individual, but certainly not the last on the left, who's now saying, look, this is actually pretty crazy. And, you know, the Biden administration needs to do something about it.
All right. And of course, this is all going according to plan, the Joe Biden plan. And Brandon, CBP confirming that illegal alien encounters exceeded 260,000 in the month of September, the highest monthly total that has ever been recorded. The previous record was last December with 252,000. This is, as you know, laying waste to mostly Latino communities on the border. What's your opinion of the press, the biased press? They're just turning a blind eye to so much suffering due to our own government's lawlessness.
This is post-Title 42. We knew this was going to happen. It wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. And what's amazing about that is the cartels, they are so adept at understanding the ebbs and flows of our politics. They recognize that if they would have flooded our borders right after Title 42, the mainstream media was all there. They knew that they had to let it die down, and they did. but they set a new norm. They set a new norm at 4,000 apprehensions per day, which is astronomical compared to what the norm used to be. And now they just keep creeping it back up. And now the mainstream media has forgotten about it. They've completely abandoned this issue. And that's exactly what the cartels knew was going to happen. And they played us like a fiddle. It's crazy to think that it's supposed to be our media that informs the American people of exactly what's going on and the harms that they could potentially face, and yet they're the ones that are complicit in ignoring everything that's happening that, again, is allowing the cartels to control our borders.
President Trump was right. The majority of the biased press, they are the enemies of we, the people. Mr. Secretary, you are sounding the alarm about the Biden regime's misuse of temporary protected status. They quietly decided to extend TPS for over 700,000 Venezuelan illegal aliens. Now, I suggest to you that this is the Democrat Party taking advantage of a GOP and Democrat law base that they built in these trap doors to make sure that illegal immigration continues despite the will of we the people. If we ever get a grown-up majority in Congress ever again, shouldn't real laws be crafted to stop all illegal activity on that border with no wiggle room?
Well, I think that's right. I think certainly our laws need to be reformed, but they need to be reformed in a way that actually protects the border, protects American communities, and does what's best for Americans. I think if you listen to the left right now and they talk about comprehensive immigration reform, that starts off with amnesty. And so we certainly can't have that. When we talk about TPS, though, I think it's important for folks to remember that, you know, TPS is just another way to provide a lot of these illegal aliens work permits, Social Security cards, and to make them free of deportation or to not have them deported. And so when Governor Hochul is begging the administration to give all of these individuals work permits, well, the administration comes through. They issue TPS, which allows work authorization almost immediately, and so they oblige the governor. Never before has our immigration system and the policy been abused and used in this way. And so I think it's a complete failure, and it's a failure that's being obviously litigated in courts. And I think their use of TPS will also get litigated and will be found unlawful as well.
Right. And of course, where do the American people go after all the harm that abuse has done to us to get recompense? We don't get any. Chad Wolf and Brandon Judd, gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate the time.